Myself. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Now we've unmuted myself after all that time on the watch along. But yeah, it's Arsenal against City in the Community Shield. It's the first proper watch along of the season. So teams: Arsenal, Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Timber's playing Odegaard, Partey, Rice, Saka, Havertz, and Martinelli. In goal for us is Ortega. Then defense: Walker, Stones, Diaz, and Akanji. So Akanji will be playing on the left hand side. Stones, as we know, probably going to step up into midfield alongside Rodri. And by Rodri, you could Kovacic, and probably Alves in the middle with Silva on the right hand side, Grealish on the left, and Haaland up front. So it's pretty much the same team that we finished with at the end of last season. I'm surprised to see Cancelo not playing. He's not on the bench though. I don't know if he's injured or he's leaving. I don't know what that's all about. But you know, it's a shame as well because I think if you look at that bench, Phillips, De Bruyne, Gomez, Palmer, Lewis, McAtee, Edison, Laporte, and Foden. Alvarez seems to have overtaken Foden for Pep. I mean, Foden was the one where he'd stick in the middle, he'd stick out wide wherever he needed him to be. But now Alvarez seems to be that player. And Foden's been relegated to kind of a bit part player these last few months. Edison, of course, he doesn't play in the cup games, fair enough. Laporte, it's hard for him to get in ahead of Diaz and Stones. And then with Guardiola coming in as well, you have to wonder where Laporte's duties lie. Probably a left back, but he's playing a Akanji there today, so don't know. McAtee, I'd like to see get on the pitch at some point today. And of course, Lewis as well, who can play right back for Walker. So Pep has gone for a pretty strong lineup. I wouldn't expect this to be the team that finishes the game, though. I'd expect him to make quite a few changes. Have to see, though. Have to see how it goes. I mean, kickoff is less than 10 minutes away. So, yeah. We are almost there. I think in this match, the interesting point is not going to be how City play, because we know how City are going to play and we know how we're going to set up. I think unlike how we played against Arsenal, the Etihad towards the end of last season, and how we played against most teams at the end of last season, is that we're probably going to press them more. We're probably going to be more aggressive in the press, because if you saw pre-season, every game we were intent on just pushing high and winning that ball back as high as we can. Whereas at the end of last season, we kind of sat back a little bit, gave the opposition some of the ball, and just pounced. We just took our moments. But I think all eyes are going to be on how Arsenal play, how they're going to pick themselves up after the end of last season, how disappointing it was for them. Because they should have won the league. I'm not buying it. Hey, Mario. How's it going? Nice to see you. You know, it feels just like a week. It's been by. Yeah, the summer's been all right. Yeah, it's been odd, hasn't it? I've just taken a break. Well, actually, I say I've taken a break. I've just not done any football-related stuff, really. Just worked. Been on a holiday. Got another one coming up in a couple of weeks as well. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's gone for me this summer. Just been chilling. Just been chilling. How have you been? How's the summer been? Well, I don't know where you are. I don't know if it's summer. No idea. You've been like me and avoided the football, or are you glad to have it back? I'm just currently watching the Leeds Cardiff match at the moment. Watched Leicester earlier. Scrape a win. The Leeds are defending how they did last season in the Premier League, so it's been a bit rough for them. But yeah, how is it? How is everyone doing? Step away from the camera a little bit. How white I look. Can't wait for the new season. Yeah. Well, here you go then. Here's your perfect opportunity. What's predictions? What are the predictions for the new season? Is City going to do it again? Is City going to do it 4 times in a row? I mean, we have to break the chain at some point. We can't keep winning it every year. And last year, gotta be honest, the last few months, I wasn't expecting us to win it. We shouldn't have won it. Arsenal should have won it. more on their failure, I think, rather than our. We have 5 minutes to go. Kick off. Teams are just walking out now. Arsenal have made some pretty decent signings. There's Timber and Rice. We're going to see if Rice is all, how overrated he is or not. I mean, I don't think he's on the same level as Rodri. So, Walker shaking hands with the Arsenal team. There's been a lot of talk about Walker as well, of course, leaving, but you can't see him leaving when he's the captain now. We do like to make people captain when it's their last season, though, for us. So, maybe this is his last year. City will win. City going to win this game, or City going to win the league? Pep looking good, isn't he? Pep's put on a bit of weight. Looking nice and tanned. Just had a great holiday. The players all look fit, though. Look at that. They look like they mean business. Bernardo having a good laugh with his mascot. Players are walking out now. Treble winners against Arsenal. Arsenal, who are by default. Can Haaland keep up the form that did him last season? A lot of people, well, I don't think City fans, but a lot of rivals were having a go about Haaland and what failure he was at the end of last season, not scoring in his last 7 games. But the man was being man-mad by 3 defenders every match. And his performances let other players thrive around the pitch. There's someone be shaking hands with the Arsenal players and mascots. Arteta and Summerby enjoying a good laugh. Summerby's like, look, pal. Look, we know you're second best here. Accept it. EA Sports FC sponsoring the referees. Weird not seeing FIFA, innit? Summerby just looks like a nice dude, doesn't he? He's making sure to shake the hands of all the mascots as well. National anthem time. I saw a tweet earlier. Well, I think it was from TikTok. An Arsenal fan going on about how it's a big final and there's a chance for Arsenal to win a major trophy, and called it 2 champions going head to head. I've been seeing the grief he's getting on Twitter from that. Because, well, Arsenal haven't won anything. Unless he's counting that Emirates Cup thing that they do at their own stadium in the summer. Yeah, we're about to see Rice is all hype. Southgate in attendance. I even saw Southgate the other day say that Maguire's not going to get in on past merits and that he has to compete with everyone else. I mean, that's a shot coming from him. And so then he picks him regardless. I'm loving it. That's a good save. Bloody hell. This Leeds and Cardiff game's pretty good. Leeds are all over Cardiff. That's a very good save, that from Dan James. Good hit, that. Let's get down quick. And here we go. Let's do it. Oh yeah, how's it going? Morning, morning, morning. Yeah, deluded fan. That's what I'm saying. Now we can focus on our game. I was just watching the Leeds game. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was a bit deluded, wasn't it? Although I've seen him before, I'm pretty sure. I've seen him before crying. I can't remember what it was about. But I'm confident he was crying about Arsenal bottling the league or something. I'm sure the actual tears. I know I've got it saved on my phone somewhere. I got it sent to me. But yeah, he's a bit deluded. I mean, it's Arsenal fans in general, isn't it? They are all a bit strange. And here we go. Kicking off. Arsenal are kicking off. It's Havertz. And off we go. Let's do it. I mean, I said in the match preview, and I said it last season as well before the Liverpool game, that I didn't care about winning it. I don't care about the result. It's just all about the performance. And I got ripped into last season when we got beaten. Oh, yeah, you wanted to win. It's like, nah, I really don't. And I don't care if we win this. I just want to see a good performance because the season starts on Friday for us. It's all about performance, not winning. It's our last friendly of the summer. That's how I look at it. Community Shield means nothing to me. I get it can mean something to teams like Arsenal who haven't won anything, and Leicester, when they beat us, they made a big deal out of it. Even Liverpool last season, look at the way Nunes celebrated when he scored that goal and he took his shirt off. He went mad. I get it. For the smaller teams, I get it. But for us, who win it pretty much every year, it doesn't really mean anything. Let's do it. Let's do it. And like I was saying before the game started, so Alvarez seems to have taken over from Foden as Pep's like utility man. Because if we didn't have Alvarez, we'd be putting Foden in that spot there, I think. And other than Ortega, I'm going to say this is probably going to be the starting lineup for next Friday as well. Unless De Bruyne's fully fit and he comes in for Alvarez. But if not, I'm pretty confident this is going to be the lineup against Burnley for the first game of the season. Well, minute 41 in. And yeah, City taking nice control. And I've got to say, I was a bit dubious, but looking at that blue kit, looks nice. I'll have to wait till the first game's in Newcastle in a couple of weeks to see it in person. But so far, I mean, it does look good on TV at least anyway, the kit. Nice and blue. Reminds me of the one when we had Elano playing for us back in like 2004, 2005, something like that. Was it? I can't remember. Yeah, let's go. I've got Cardiff and Leeds on the other screen as well. Ramsdale has the ball at the moment. Goes long. Up to the halfway line towards Havertz, who holds off Stones really well. But his flick on just forced Diaz anyway. Stones did a good job there, just standing up and not letting Havertz go anyway. So Diaz walks out with it. Gives it to Kovacic short. Arsenal not really pressing. I think they've learned from that game at the Etihad at the end of last season when they pressed us really high and we just went long to Haaland. And it just got us out of so many issues. So you can see Arsenal a little bit hesitant to push. A little bit hesitant to press us. They are doing now, but as we see, City quite adept at getting out. Kovacic and Diaz working it well to Rodri, who goes left to Akanji, who drives over the halfway line. It's going to be a free kick, and that should be a yellow card. Odegaard, I mean, it's a blatant foul. I think the referee's saying that to him. He's like, if it's not a Community Shield, mate, if this was a league game, you're being booked there. Because he should be booked. Well, should we book in Odegaard? I think that's what he's telling him. He's lucky he's 3 minutes into the Community Shield. That was a blatant foul, that. And City, again, got out of that really nicely, that press. And the way Kovacic drops deep naturally as well. He drops deep a little more naturally than Gundogan. So he's giving the defence more options rather than just Rodri stepping back and taking it from Stones, Ortega and Diaz. Kovacic is there as well. So I don't think he gets us forward as much as Gundogan, from what I've seen him anyway. Depends what Pep does with him. Well, again, it's unusual for a player just to come straight into the team like Kovacic has as well. I mean, Pep's done it before, of course, but he does like to give him a little bit of breathing time. It's a massively important role, that centre midfield. So now Ortega just walks out with it. He's about 20 yards from goal. Gives a shot to Kovacic, who gives it back to Stones. That was a no-look pass, that. He gives it back to Ortega, sorry, because he looked at Stones. But he gave it to Ortega. And again, Kovacic dropping deep, giving him another option other than Rodri. Now Rodri drops deep for Stones. And Rodri has it centre defence. Driving forward with it. He goes out left to Akanji. Great run by Akanji. He's running at Saka. Byline, and he's chips it in. Alvarez got his head on it, but it's just looped up. There's another cross coming in. Really just beaten at the far post by Saka. I'll tell you what, Akanji did really well there. Gets the cross in as well. Alvarez got the top of his head to it, but he can just loop it over everyone else, and it fell to Bernardo Silva, the back post, who lobbed it back in, and then Saka heads it away. But City still have the ball, and it's on the right-hand side now with Bernardo. Bernardo now running. He's in the box. He's still got hold of it. Walker's helping him out. The pass to Walker's a little bit iffy, but Walker has it. Gives it back to Bernardo. Nice little dancing feet from Bernardo. Getting away from Timber there. Now Walker. To Rodri. Central to Stones. City forced back a little bit. About 35 yards out from the Arsenal goal now. Here's Kovacic turning with it. Chips it forward to Haaland, tries to feed it through to Bernardo. No, it's Alvarez. He tried to feed it through, couldn't get hold of it. And Arsenal managed to clear it, but it's all City at the moment. City looking dangerous on the attack. Someone's lost their boot. Not sure who that is, but someone's boot is, well, yeah, someone lost the boot there. And now it's kicked out of play, so Timber can get his boot. Now Timber can put his boot back on. Well, here's the chance. Akanji chips it in. Oh, it wasn't Alvarez that got his head to it. That's really good defending from White. I thought Alvarez got his head on it originally, but it wasn't. It was Ben White who got back. Good defended in the end. Nicking it away from Alvarez, who was about 5 yards out from goal. Point blank. Timber still tying his boot. Cleat if you're American. Now Arsenal have it. Rodri steps up, wins the ball back. Bernardo's and send. No, it's Alvarez again. I keep getting him and Bernardo confused. And that's going to be a foul to City. It's another pullback from Arsenal. Arsenal getting really lucky here. They should have a booking. There it is. There's the yellow card. Arsenal losing their mind, saying you're 8 minutes into the Community Shield, but that's twice now. That's twice they pulled back City players. I mean, he just wrapped his arm around his neck. There you go, and just pulls him back. This party that's booked. Odegaard was lucky he didn't get one in the 3rd minute. And it's going to be an Arsenal. No, it's a City throw. No, now it's an Arsenal throw. Referee can't make up his mind. So it's White that's going to take it. I think Arteta and Pep are wearing the same pants. Arteta's definitely copied Pep style more than just football. Alvarez does really well holding the ball up, and then he just smashes the ball against Haaland. That's going to count as a Haaland touch. But Arsenal have it. Now they're working it down the left-hand side. Bernardo's got to get back and help Walker. He does, and he does win the ball back, but somehow Martinelli kept hold of it. And now Gabriel goes back to Saliba. Now White. The Saka on the right-hand side, who's running at Akanji. Akanji keeps him down the outside. And as well defended by Akanji in the end, and it's going to be a City goal kick. Really well defended by Akanji. Just kept him on the outside, didn't let him cut in. Used his strength as well, just leaned on him. Oh, and he got his foot in there. Probably should have been an Arsenal corner, but don't care. It's going to be a goal kick. Really well defended by Akanji. I'm liking Stones' new haircut. It looks really sharp. Really good. The 10 minutes gone. And it's the usual City just pressing onto the halfway line. Arsenal now putting pressure on them, but City keeping hold of the ball nicely. That was Walker on the right hand side, just over the halfway line. Rodri over the top looking for Walker. He's left it for Bernardo. Bernardo running straight at Timber there. Gives it back to Walker, whose cross is absolutely appalling. He had a good opportunity there, Walker. He had Alvarez, Haaland and Grealish. And he just mishit it. And Arsenal cleared it to Martinelli. He holds on to it nicely. Then Grealish back defending. Well played. I even saw a tweet today saying Grealish couldn't defend. He didn't help out defensively. I mean, not like Grealish I know. Pep wouldn't allow it either. And it's Grealish backtracking there. Keep an eye on Saka that won us the ball. The reason City have it now with Stones. Goes right to Bernardo, who's seen a lot of the ball early on. Alvarez is with him. Instead, he goes up to Haaland, the edge of the box, doesn't quite reach him. Arsenal hoof it clear. And that's going to go all the way back to Diaz, who has so much time. 15 yards between him and the nearest Arsenal player, who's Havertz. All I say is attack seems to be going down the right-hand side at the moment. I think they've pinpointed the fact that Martinelli's not going to work as hard as Saka. Stones is complaining there's no options in that midfield. But Rodri goes left all the way to Grealish. It's a poor pass to Grealish, but he chests it down really well on the line there. Keeps in play. Kovacic trying to play a ball through to Alvarez that was never really on. Haaland wins it back. Now Alvarez. Now Rodri, who hits it. That's close. That's just wide. Rodri, of course, scoring the goal that won us the treble in the Champions League. I like it. He lined up nicely. It's really well played. Oh, the deflection just spins it wide. Not even a foot wide, though. It's so close. Creeping in. Don't think Ramsdale was getting there. And it's going to be a City corner. Grealish is taken. Right foot from the left-hand side. Bang. It's a really good corner as well, to be fair. The edge of the 6-yard box, but everyone had run ahead of it. Goes behind all the City players. It's cleared up to Walker. Puts the ball back in the box. It's cleared again. Bernardo chests it to Rodri. Then he gives it right to Stones. His Stones on the right side. Gives it back to Bernardo. Arsenal defending well though, keeping their shape. Keeping City stuck on the about 30 yards out. Grealish takes a late one from White there. The referee saw it. Grealish is having a go at White. And players know they can wind Grealish up because we saw it towards the end of last season. There's a lot of moments where Grealish was having a go at people getting unnecessarily booked. Here's Kovacic. Gives it to Rodri. Gives it left to Akanji. Gives it forward to Grealish. Skipping away from White and then giving him back to Kanji. Back to Diaz. He's going to spray it right to Stones. Arsenal press, but not really pressing the ball. They just push forward to the halfway line. But no one actually put Stones under any pressure. And here's Kovacic. Kovacic again, seeing a lot of the ball. Diaz. Again, Arsenal pushing up to the halfway line, but not really putting any pressure on the ball. The City back four can pretty much do what they want. But Arsenal are looking, trying to win that ball there. They're letting us get to their box first. And here's Bernardo. Stones loses it. Now Rodri commits the foul. Arsenal asking for a booking. Referee hasn't given the yellow. That was what Arsenal were waiting for, winning the ball back from Stones and then trying to break. But Rodri was on the cover. and commits one of his customary fouls. And now Atwell's going to go have a word with Arteta. He's booking him, I think. He is. He's telling Arteta not to tell the referee to book anyone. Arteta losing his nerve already. Oh, he was a bit aggressive there. He even walked on the pitch there. And the long ball forward by Arsenal goes straight through to Ortega. Waste. Absolute waste. Now here's Diaz driving forward with it. He's gone about 40 yards, gets to the halfway line, then gives it to Alvarez. Gives it left to Akanji. He's got Rodri inside if he sees him. Gives it to Kovacic instead. Oh, nice ball to Alvarez who hits it, and it's wide. Good play from City though. Quick, decisive. You know, Kovacic just playing it straight through to Alvarez their turn and just thought one thing, hitting it. I like it, don't mind it. There's Howard Webb. So we're 20 minutes in nearly. Still 0-0. Arsenal not really threatening. Stay with all the possession. That's going to be a free kick. Bernardo just went straight into Rice there. I mean, he wasn't going to win the ball, so he just ran into him. It's a definite foul. Oof. Awkward landing, but Rice is fine. Forgot Rice was playing for Arsenal. Not really seen him in this game. But he is winning a header over Bernardo. And his party allowed to turn. But Kovacic and Rodri working really well there midfield. Rodri snatching it off Haaland. Bernardo's having a go at the linesman about something. He's having a right go at Bernardo at the linesman, and the referee's pointing it out as well. The referee's telling him to calm down. I don't know what happened. But Bernardo wasn't happy about something. Great long ball to Akanji. Nice header to Grealish. Akanji has it again, keeps it in play. Oh, nice little step over there. Gets to the byline. Was it another decent cross, Akanji? Arsenal dealt with it. There's three of them though on Bernardo. He wasn't going to win that header. And now City are putting Arsenal under a little bit of pressure there. Ramsdale just about getting it away from Alvarez, who was slid. I like that. Good work rate from Alvarez. Stones tight to Havertz. Should have done better there. Him and Rodri. Havertz manages to bring it down, turn, and give it to Martinelli, who's running down the left-hand side. He's attacking Walker and Bernardo. Gives it inside. Ooh. That was close, that. Nearly fell to Timber, but Bernardo was there on the cover. Now see Havertz back in the edge of the one box, and Walker just passing it through to Arsenal players. Kovacic gives it to Haaland. Gives it back to Walker, back to Ortega. Thought about going long, holds on to it, then goes long to the halfway line. To Haaland, and Rodri cleans up. Yeah, 21 minutes into the Community Shield. And again, City just looking quite comfortable, to be honest. Arteta's having another go at the fourth official. I think he's saying that's twice now. Arteta has lost his nerve a little bit. The Leeds and Cardiff game is in the 90th minute. Leeds on the attack. Is a good cross in. Just about defended from Cardiff. Good ball in from the right side, that. Cardiff defender got there first and just flicked it on. But Leeds still have it and go on the attack again. Meanwhile, in the City-Arsenal game, Stones has it coming across the halfway line. Drives forward, gives it down the line to Walker, whose pace will keep it in. See, Walker should be driving forward with that and then smashing that across the box. Instead, he goes back to Stones. Gives it to Rodri. Feeds a nice little ball through to Kovacic. He gives it outright to Stones. Kovacic is really good finding them pockets. Rodri out left to Akanji. It's a poor ball to Akanji, but brings it down and gives it to Grealish, who skips inside Odegaard, who did pull him back there. Referee's not getting a free kick, surprisingly. And then Grealish overrun it, but the ball falls to Stones anyway. And that's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Haaland just came in a little bit too heavy and pushed Partey over. It was an Arsenal free kick about 20 yards from their own box. Here's Havertz. He should have scored. Martinelli should have scored. How have Arsenal not scored there? They're claiming for handball as well. It looked like it hit an arm, but I'm not entirely sure. Referees called a halt to things. It was Kanji getting done on the right hand side by White, and then Havertz spinning, shooting. Oh no, it doesn't. Stones has got his arm behind his back. It hits him in the stomach. Good defending in the end by Stones to get back and cover. Gets back in position well. I think Ortega would have saved it. Arsenal probably should have scored there. That was Arsenal's best chance, probably the best chance of the game as well. And it was Ortega's left leg. He just stuck it out as Havertz spun and hit it through the bodies. Good Arsenal attack, good defending in the end. I do like Stones' new haircut. Looks really good. Oh, Stone's doing. Oh my word, that's got to be a yellow. You had 2 goals at him there. Havertz knows it is why he's booking him. No, you've had 2 goals at him there, Havertz. I mean, Arsenal going to complain there that they've had 3 bookings, but I tell you what, he's just. He fouls him there. Stones gets away, and then look at that. What a blatant foul that is. He didn't try and play the ball. He didn't try and play it. It's a definite yellow card. Havertz can't have any complaints. It was so petty. But yeah, it's a City free kick on the halfway line. They work it short. Rodri to Kovacic. We've got a good partnership going. He gives it out right to Walker. He goes back to the halfway line to Stones. To Diaz. He looked at Akanji, but he goes back to Ortega instead. He's now 30 yards out from his goal. Arsenal again, not pressing. They don't want to give us too many, don't want to push too high because they don't want to get in, let us in behind of long ball. So Ortega's just holding on to the ball. Then he gives it left to Diaz. Arsenal were retreating before then. Arsenal retreated 10 yards while Ortega had the ball. Just stood there. Kovacic has done really well there, actually. The ball in, I don't know if he's trying to give it to Haaland or Alvarez, but it went in between them both and neither reacted quick enough and Arsenal win it back. I like it from Kovacic, though. His ability to find them pockets, them little tiny bits of spaces, and then feed a little through ball. Oh, and Leeds have equalised. 95th minute. Arsenal now playing it nicely. Yep. Overplayed it, and it's going to go for a throw in. City on the edge of their own box on the left hand side. Akanji with it. But yeah, Leeds equalised in the 95th minute. The shot was blocked, and then it just fell to Somerville, who's unmarked edge of the box. Just smashes into the bottom corner. Lucky bounce. Keeper didn't really. Keeper really should have had a bit more spring on him there. Got down too late. Cardiff had a chance there in the 96th minute. Pushing for a winner late on. Meanwhile, Walker gives it to Diaz. Walker's now centre defence. Stones has gone to the right. Long ball forward looking for Bernardo. Doesn't quite make it. That's Timber that has it. And Arsenal play out from the back nicely there. If Haaland hadn't stopped running there, Haaland sprinted 30 yards there to close Ramsdale down and then stopped running at the crucial moment. Whereas if he just kept pushing, if Haaland had just kept pushing here, I think it was a goal. Why is he slowed down there, Haaland? I don't get why players do that. Attackers always do that. It's bizarre. "30 minutes in. And Alvarez gets booked for kicking the ball away. Come on. You can't give the referee these chances, because he's been booking Arsenal plays. They've been on his back from the beginning. But yeah, you can't give him that option. I mean, it's a bit weird booking him just for that, but whatever. Going to be an Arsenal corner. Bit of a mess. City just collapsing in these last 2 minutes. Was an Arsenal corner on the right side. Saka's going to take it, so it's going to be an in-swinger. So you're just about doing enough to get it clear. Rodgers the furthest one forward, closing down Saliba. But he gets it back to Ramsdale. He goes long. Walker has to win that header. He does. Odegaard brings it down. Grealish just watches him do it. Oh, and then they've just played it through Grealish and Alvarez there. That was too easy, that. It's another corner to Arsenal, this time on the left-hand side. Stones this time defending. City just looking a little bit unsure is the word I'd use. They're not looking very safe all of a sudden. Looking a little bit tired. The in-swing, everyone just leaves, goes out for a City goal kick. Martinelli's corner. Too high, too far. I'll take his leaving it for Diaz to take the goal kick. Don't know what that's all about. But I imagine that everyone else started copying that. That's the thing we're doing from now on, letting the centre half take the goal kick. And say you've lost it again. Like another... I mean, I want to say unforced. It's probably a little bit harsh because there's a bit of pressure on it, but this time Diaz to Akanji. Ball goes loose and it's out for an Arsenal throw-in midway inside the City half on that. Now left-hand side. Again, City are just... There's a bit of complacency creeping in here across the whole team. Not just a few, the whole team. And that ball out to Saka on that right-hand side is a good one, and Akanji's got to defend it. Saka's in the box. He cuts inside, hits it. Flashes across goal and out for a goal kick. Saka's saying the City player got a head onto it. Grealish is disagreeing. He's shaking his head like, what are you talking about, pal? He's saying, I think he's saying Diaz touched it over his head. Grealish was bemused by it. Let's have a look. No, I don't think he did. I don't think Diaz did touch it, and it is a goal kick. But yeah, complacency creeping in through the entire City team here. City last minute winner, maybe. Makes a change, doesn't it? We usually concede late goals in this competition. I say competition, it's Community Shield, it's not a competition. But after a really good start, since, oh my word, I don't know how that... Oh. So after half an hour playing really well, City are just looking a mess, particularly at the back. Gomez here, he receives it back from Diaz, and he should just be going long here. He's closed down from Martinelli on the right-hand side, and he plays it straight to Odegaard, and somehow Odegaard lets it under his foot. We got away with that one. Now Walker has a chance just to take the sting out of it on the right-hand side. He's all alone here. He's run about 30, 40 yards with the ball. But then he holds up. That's the thing about Walker. He's got to go further forward. He always runs about 20, 30 yards and then just stops and goes backwards 30 yards with the ball. Attack it. Go down that line. You got all that space to run into Martinelli. He was nowhere near him. He should be running down that line. But instead we find it with Diaz, who stood on the ball midway inside his own half with no Arsenal pressure on him. So Arsenal just keeping their shape, a bit like we did against them last season. They're just keeping the shape, waiting to pounce. Forcing us to move up the pitch with the ball. And at the moment, we're not able to do it. Here's Ortega, out left to Diaz. Plays a nice little cute ball to Grealish, who gives it away. And now Arsenal suddenly in the edge of our box with the ball. It's White who has it. Gives it out right to Saka. Akanji's got him on Odegaard. Grealish comes back to help him out. So here's Odegaard with it. White. Saka, right hand side again. Squaring up. Akanji goes inside to Odegaard. Kovacic is there. And Saka goes back to Saliba. Now Timber has it. Then Rice. Saliba. Saka has it again on the right hand side. He's again running at Akanji. Grealish coming back and helping out. Forces it back to White. Odegaard. Saliba again. It's Gabriel. He looks left to Timber. Instead it goes to Martinelli. Walker closes him down. So City now holding their shape quite nicely. It means Arsenal going from right to left and back again. And now Odegaard. Saka to Odegaard again. To Partey. Skips around Alvarez, who is looking really tired. In the last 10 minutes, Alvarez is just... I don't know, it's like his head's gone or something. We're looking a man down in that midfield with him there all of a sudden. The no-look pass to Havertz pays off because Diaz's clearance was just a little bit half-assed, to be honest with you. And he just hit it against Havertz. Diaz last season would have just come and cleared that, taking everything. So Arsenal still have it again. It's Saka again running at Akanji. Nice one-on-one there, Evan. Saka and White now working on the right-hand side. Odegaard gives it infield to Gabriel. He's pushed midway inside the City half. Still no City press. Haaland's back there running around, but not really closing anyone down. The ball by Odegaard to Saka. Gets behind Akanji. It's got to be 1-0. It's a good save. It's another good save from Ortega. Another one. Arsenal should be 2-0 up, to be honest. Kovacic keeps hold of the ball. That's wonderful play by Kovacic. And then gives it to Haaland, whose pace does get in the ball, but he's all alone with 5 Arsenal players. So Haaland does really well holding the ball up. Really well. Really good play by Kovacic, though, skipping away from 3 Arsenal players there and finding the right ball to Haaland to get us out of trouble. But the defending from City at the moment, it's been pretty poor. It's Bernardo now on the right-hand side. But again, it's like 8 Arsenal players back there on the edge of the box and only 1 City player. City just not getting players forward. Kovacic to Alvarez to Rodri. Gives it to Bernardo just inside the box. He's brought down on the edge of the box. Referee says no foul. I mean, he looked like he was tripped there. It looked like Timber tripped Bernardo, but it is what it is. And Arsenal now counter. Timber gives it to Havertz. He holds up the play. Gives it back to Rice. And now Partey has it in the centre circle almost. Gives it outright to White. Saka again squares up to Akanji. This time it goes to Odegaard. And then White. And Arsenal now holding on to the ball quite nicely. City are looking extremely tired, and this is what I mean by this game. This game's all about fitness and being competitive. And for the first half hour, we were pretty we've put these last 10 minutes, because we're in the 42nd minute now. It's been a bit of a mess. Defensively, we've been poor. Passing's been off. Everyone just looks really tired. Can't get Haaland into the game. Alvarez is jogging around, not really doing much. The long ball forward looking for Timber there. Goes straight through to Ortega. I think City would be glad at half-time here, to be honest. We have 3 minutes. Oof. I got down for a second and then all panic broke out because Roger tries to loot Ramsdale from 50 yards. Nearly came off. He was panicking. Ramsdale. Let's see, not really creating anything. Ortega goes long, looking for Bernardo. Defended well by Timber. Martinelli's putting the pressure there. From Alvarez. He's burst into life. That is so unlucky from Alvarez. He did really well get down the right-hand side, winning the ball from Timber, driving into the box. But his cross to the far post towards Haaland, just not enough on it. He's just got to just hit it. Just smash it as hard as you can across. Haaland to be there. Well, better from City and better from Alvarez in particular. Now Rodri has in midfield. We're in the 45th minute now, 30 seconds to go. That's a really well worked move. It's going to be, no, it's not going to be a City corner. Saliba stops it from going out and it goes to Akanji on the halfway line, who gives it to Kovacic and gives it back to Akanji. And he gives it inside to Rodri. But it was Diaz that made the run forward. City finishing strong. Here's Walker down the right side. Overhit it. Goal kick. Three minutes of injury time. There he is. He wins it back from Martinelli. Alvarez drives into the box. Skips past him. Puts a decent cross in to the 6-yard box. But he's just got to hit it harder. They didn't put it quite between goalkeeper and defender. It's more on the defender's side, so it was easily cleared in the end. And we're 33 seconds into 3 minutes of added on, and it's going to be Ramsdale with a goal kick. Goes long. Grealish is back there. Heads it straight to Martinelli, though. Kovacic is back defending. And he stopped any danger. Grealish looks hurt. Grealish is struggling a little bit with his hip. And Ramsdale goes long again. Akanji on Saka. And it's going to be an Arsenal throw on the halfway line on the right side. Ben White's going to take. Gives it to Partey. Then Arsenal go back to Ramsdale again. Again, I think both teams are just happy to see out the first half here. I think Arsenal have had the better chances. City started off strong, ended strong, but they had a nightmare in like 30 to 45 minutes. Once that half hour hit, City just looked a mess. Kovacic with an ambitious ball all the way back to Ortega that nearly fell to Saka's feet there. That was dangerous. But here's Walker now driving down the right side, but he's going to hold up again. He's got all that space going to Walker, and again, he just holds up. Looks for Rodri on the inside. And he gives it further left to Stones, who stepped into midfield to help him out. His coach is now dropping deep to receive the ball, turning with it, running with it. He's gone past 4. So unlucky from Kovacic. They're driving into the box. Wasn't messing about. As soon as he got that ball, he turned and ran with it, and he runs, and the ball's so close to his feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 6 Arsenal defenders it took to get the ball off him. He went past 4, and it's the final 2. Just too much strength from Saliba. 5 seconds to go. Ramsdale going to take the goal kick, and that is going to be half time, I have no doubt. There is half time. Half time, Arsenal 0, City 0. Been an interesting half. So yeah, there is half time. Said Arsenal 0, Man City 0. And it's been a decent first half, to be fair. Like I said, City started off quite nicely, holding on to ball quite well. Arsenal weren't really interested in closing us down. You know, a bit like how we played against them at the Etihad towards the end of last season. You know, they sat back a little bit, let us get to the halfway line before putting pressure on them. They're just trying to take their chances that way, and it didn't work. It didn't work for a while. And for the first half hour, I've got to say City were, well, they're a much better team. But then once the half hour hit, we just started looking tired. We started looking leggy a little bit. Our passes went awry. Defensively, we're a bit of a shambles as well. Oh, no, but let's look at the highlights. Team walking out. Havertz had a glorious chance there. I think he should be scoring. I think the best chances have fallen to Arsenal. I'll take it just about keeping us in it. But the half chances we're creating are pretty good. I mean, if you look at it, you know that we are getting in behind, we are getting into the box. It's just not falling right. But all the momentums we've seen in that first half hour, we look really good. I was keen to say for the first half hour, we were pretty brilliant. To be honest, we held on to the ball really nicely. Our passing looked sharp. Kovacic and Rodri look a really decent duo in that midfield. As Kovacic drops deep a little more for him, so he helps him out. So Rodri's not the only person taking the ball from the defence anymore. And I keep forgetting Rice is playing for Arsenal because he's sitting so deep there. But here's the Havertz chance. The ball down the right-hand side to White. Then he plays it infield to Havertz, who turns to the ball, shoots, goes through a couple of bodies. Ortega makes a good save, and then Stones gets back to block really well. And that seemed to spur Arsenal on after that. It's like, oh, we can get at City and we can cause them problems. And then again, right-hand side, problems. Ball plays in through Saki, whose pace gets him behind Akanji. Ball back to Havertz, who again, really decent chance. Gets his shot away. Ortega gets across goal enough, blocks it. I think Havertz should probably have 2 goals, to be honest. Might be a little bit harsh, but I think he should have 2 goals. I do think Havertz has done a good job. He's holding up the ball nicely. He's all alone up there. You know, they are using him as a target man. He's doing okay. I think in the right team, Havertz could be a really good player. I don't think he's going to get you 30 goals a season, but he'll do a job for the team. And you look at our chances, I mean, again, we've not really created anything clear cut. Akanji's done really well on that left-hand side. I mean, Roger sees him here, plays a lovely ball to him, straight to his feet. Really well brought down on his left. Runs with it. Gets to the byline, puts in a decent cross. And at first I thought Alvarez has headed it. But it was White. Roger, long hit from 50 yards, just over the bar. Ramsdale panicking. Ramsdale saw the danger, though. He could see... I think he saw Rodri look up and started heading back to his goal as soon as he did. He's like, oh no, Rodri's had a look at my goal here. Players getting button now for kicking the ball away, even just like kicking it away for fun. The referees are cutting down on all the nonsense. Arteta booked as well for telling the referee to book someone. Well, second half will be starting soon, and I mean, look, I wouldn't expect any changes. But City needs to get their act together, particularly defensively. Too many mistakes at the back. And cane chips is still a thing, apparently. Let's see what this guy's saying. Everyone seems a little bit content on Twitter or X, whatever the hell it's called now. Is it still called Twitter? I have no idea. Hey, if it's a boring second half, we can always watch Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. But we are back. Second half about to start. Also, the USA went out today, didn't they, in the Women's World Cup against Sweden? Got beyond penalties. I saw that last penalty. The American keeper looked absolutely shocked. They went over the line. I mean, I'd have to see. I don't think got goal line technology in the Women's World Cup. They would have known instantly. There's Phillips, Gomez, and Lewis as well. That shirt's quite nice. The training shirt. I don't know who's Phillips shaking hands with there. Oh, it's Nketiah, I think. Laporte there taking his place on the bench. Is that Bob as well? The rest of the City team. Ah, look who it is. Zinchenko. Zinchenko speaking to Edison. Grealish walking into. And there's Gabriel Jesus as well. And there's some friends with everyone. The Arsenal team are coming out. Grealish taking his place on that left wing. Saka's coming up to join him. Going to be Kovacic to take the... Well, to restart the game. Not got Haaland into the game yet. We're not really creating anything going forward. And defensively, we look a bit of a shambles. Our best performances have probably been Kovacic and Rodri in that midfield. Love how Kovacic is just wearing black boots as well. Black Puma boots. I like that. No messing about. So it's going to be Timber with a throw in on the left-hand side. Looked like a foul throw to me, but hey-oh. Coach is there to clean up the loose ball after Roger challenges, and it's back to Ortega. This time Arsenal pressing up higher immediately they were in the first half. And that's immediately caused us to kick the ball out and play from Ortega. So Arsenal have it after a quick throw on the halfway line. Saliba, Party. You got White on his right. Then it goes to Saka, it goes back to Rice. Rice puts his foot on the ball, looks up, and in the end goes left to Gabriel. Here you go, City not pressing now to the Arsenal team, just letting them hold onto the ball a little bit, letting them push up. Ball goes back to Ramsdale. Goes long. Someone has to clean it up. In the end, it's Akanji to Ortega. And Ortega drops it at his feet and gives it left to Diaz. They're just passing it around now. I mean, we're looking a little bit more calm than we were in the first half. By the end of it, anyway. We started off the first half and really calm, but went to shambles after half an hour. So we started the second half much the same. Just passing it around. Kovacic has it. Now Rodri on the halfway line. Him and Bernardo exchange a couple of passes. Looks like Stones has gone to the right. Walker's gone into the middle. Because you've got Stones on that right wing there. I mean, you can play it right back, Stones. We've seen it before. I think he does a good job as well, wherever he plays. Kanji standing up to Saka, winning the ball, and he's Roger now in a bit of space on the half turn. He's got no one on the right side now. Walker's there to help him out. This way, Walker needs to hit the byline and just hit the ball in. Instead, he holds it up again and goes back. Back to Stones. Rodri. Bernardo turns on the edge of the box. Gives out left to Grealish. We're not seeing much from this game. Here he goes now, running at White. Gets past him. Puts in a cross on the left. Walker wins the header inside the box. Partey heads it away. Saka has it now. Does really well to turn away from Akanji. Kovacic is back watching Odegaard, but he gets turned. And Odegaard is away. Gives it through to Havertz. There's a nice counter from Arsenal. And that looks a really bad injury. Is it Diaz? Yeah, it's Diaz. Gets back, puts his foot in, wins the ball, but clash on knee maybe. He went down immediately there, Diaz. Kovacic giving the ball away to it, or letting Odegaard turn in too easily there. Yeah, I think he just... I mean, he's got tackled by Diaz, but... I think Havertz caught him a little bit. No intent or anything. He just got hurt making the challenge. Went through to Ortega anyway, who restarts with the drop ball. Stones on the right hand side. Havertz and Martinelli did really well there. Oof. I know it was Rice, they helped him out. Rice's ball to Martinelli doesn't quite come off. Rodri to Kovacic. Into the middle to Alvarez. Turns. Bernardo. Walker's on his right. Looks up. Is crossed to find Haaland. Is cut out and goes out for a corner. I think he was finding Haaland as well. I think that was the one chance. I think that was the moment to get the ball to Haaland in the middle. He just checked his run a little bit to make space for the pass. But Walker's cross wasn't great. It's going to be a corner to City on the right hand side. The last one, I think, from Grealish in that first half was pretty decent. It fell on like the 6-yard box, but it went behind every City player that just attacked the goal line. And here now you have all 5 City players quite tall, stood on the penalty spot. They're attacking that 6-yard line. Rodri wins the header, but it's a good save. It was too straight. In the end, the header was good. I think he turned Rodri. I think it might have hit him on the back or the shoulder or something. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's Stones that won the header. Really good header from Stones. Straight Ramsdale, unfortunately. It was a good header under the pressure considering he's been... Partey's got his arms wrapped around him and then Rodri jumped into him as well. But it's still a good header. I think Rodri was trying to force Stones into the ball. And Odegaard's gone down now. Now Arteta's giving out his team talk to the Arsenal team. Guardiola's doing the same. Pep basically focused on the right side. He's looking at Stones, Walker, Bernardo, yelling at them. He's telling them to do something. He's not happy with that right-hand side for whatever reason. He must be telling Walker there, get to the byline and just hit the ball across the goal. Stop trying to chip the ball into the back post. Stop trying to be cute with it. Just drill it across the box. Force Arsenal to do something with it. Saliba and Rice there getting their instructions as well. Stefan's in good voice as you'd expect. How is Odegaard still sorting out his shin pads? That is crazy. I can't just throw to Kovacic was interesting. Kovacic brought it down quite nicely. Nice little flick. Alvarez turning with it now. He gives it left to Grealish. Again, not seeing much of Grealish. We need to see more of him. He's getting the game. Just ball into the box is decent, into the 6-yard box, but no one attacking it again. So Arsenal can just happily clear it. Sounds nice and strong against Martinelli. Gets the throw in. So now when players go off the pitch, there's a 30-second wait before they can come back on. Interesting. All these tiny little rule changes. Grealish wins the throw in from White, midway inside the Arsenal half. Again, City have started brightly in this second half, but really creating much again. All these crosses, all these half chances, not really getting into the box. Having a lot of possession in front of the Arsenal area, but once we get there, not doing anything with it. I mean, Arsenal have defended quite well. They're holding the shape really well. And here they come on the counter-attack now, winning it from Rodri. That was a dive. It looked like a dive from Odegaard. Referee gives the free kick in the end, and here's Arsenal. Taking it quickly, Rice on the left-hand side, gives it to Martinelli. Gives it back to Rice. Stones is there, stands him up, he goes back to Martinelli. Then he goes further back. Timber goes all... Oh, no. He's giving it back to Rice. Timber. The halfway line to Sleeper. White. And Saliba and Gabriel now passing it around the halfway line. Again, City not really pressing. Not really doing anything. Content with letting Arsenal have the ball. Oh, that's a really nice play by Saka to get it to Partey. Gives it to Odegaard. Gives it back to Saka. Saka and Odegaard has caused some issues down our left-hand side there. Odegaard is finding all them little pockets of space. And able to turn with the ball every time. City looking to make a substitution. Can't quite tell who it is. Could be Foden. I think it's Foden. Which means he has to be coming on for either Grealish. No, I wouldn't take Grealish off. It's either going to be Bernardo or Alvarez, I think. Grealish is doing a lot of work off the ball there, but he's getting no reward for it. And he's not really in the game attacking wise. It looks like Foden is coming on. In the meantime, here's Timber. Pass out left to Martinelli. Martinelli claps. He cheers him on. He likes the idea. But the pass was too hard. And here's Grealish coming off. Not really made an impact today, Jack. It's not been his best game. He's not really getting any look down that left-hand side. So I'm assuming Phil will just go left-hand side unless he goes into the middle and he moves Alvarez on the left. Foden's haircut's looking a little bit more like how he looked when he first burst on scene when he was 16. Walker throws it back to Ortega. Immediately goes left, looking for Kanji. Kanji just leaves it for White ahead, and Diaz controls it. Diaz overrun it. What's he having a word with Diaz for? I mean, it's nothing like that. I don't know why the referee wants a word with him. He's just reacting to the Arsenal players going crazy. There's going to be an Arsenal free kick. Right hand side. On Man City left. On the corner of the box, really. But 10 yards from it. Like if you're taking a kick, a version kick in rugby. Going to be Martinelli to take right forward. Arsenal put the big boys in the box there. City holding a high line on the edge of the box. Whereas 4 Arsenal attackers have stood on the penalty spot. Now they're running back to get in line. Martinelli decides not to kick the ball. Then Arsenal go back to the same tactics. Plus the crossing is a decent one in between defence and goalkeeper. And Walker's going to let it go out for a throw-in. Arsenal push high. Rodri's the only one really supporting Walker here for the throw. Walker's yelling at Bernardo. And Bernardo's not even looking at him. Instead, he's yelling at Foden across the pitch. And yeah, throw and go straight to Arsenal, as expected. And now we're going, Stone steps forward, wins the ball ahead of Havertz. But again, see, having all this possession, we're not doing anything with it. Silly fouls, giving the ball away, stupid areas. We just seem a little bit too casual. I think Diaz has summed this performance up perfectly because he's just, every time he gets the ball, he puts his foot on it. When he's running with it, he doesn't look really that convincing. He doesn't look sharp enough. Oh, Alvarez has done 2 Arsenal players there. He did Rice and he did Odegaard. Sat Odegaard down. Kovacic looking for a through ball to Haaland. Doesn't make it. Saliba cuts it out. Ball did fall to Alvarez momentarily, but he couldn't control it. Now Arsenal have it. Kind of a half press from Alvarez there, but Arsenal play out. And Martinelli turns on the halfway line. Gets away from Rodri. Gives it in field to Partey. Continues running. Partey telling Odegaard to run forward. Odegaard doesn't. Instead, he just demands the ball anyway. And now here's White on the right side. Puts in a cross. And it's going to be a City goal kick because the ball ricochets off for Kanji. It's White and goes out. Haaland holding up the ball really nice there against Gabriel. Nice pass in there from City at the back. Getting a bit of space for Kovacic. Kanji to Foden. Foden surrounded by 3. Still gets it back to Kanji. Oh. He did really well, but he just played Kovacic into a lot of trouble there. Arsenal pressed really high, and they committed to it as well, like 6 players. And it's numbers that won him the ball. And here's Arsenal on the edge of the box. And is that Rice? Just smashed it about 40 yards over the bar. There's 105 million for you. Alan going off, the Arsenal fans having a good laugh at him. Sticks up the 3 fingers for the treble. All the changes are coming in. I mean, Haaland's not really been in the game in this one. Palmer's on. With a strange goatee. Kovacic is coming off. I think he's been our best player, Kovacic. De Bruyne's on. But De Bruyne's not played any pre-season, so he needs to get minutes. So I'm assuming Alvarez pushes into the middle now, up front. Palmer will go on the right-hand side, and it means Bernardo will go into the middle alongside De Bruyne. I was given the free kick, but he looked really unsure at the time. I'm not really sure, to be honest. It's hard to see who got the ball and who didn't. Either way, that's a corner. It's an Arsenal corner. Without Haaland there, we've got some height missing. It's Roger that wins it in the near post, though. It's going to be another Arsenal corner. He's looking at players like Alvarez and Bernardo Silva, Foden and Palmer marking the big Arsenal players. The lack of Haaland height in there is telling. Dangerous corner. I can't believe everyone just let it go. Alvarez took the brunt of it. Gabriel's booked. I mean, he did stop Ortega taking the goal kick quickly. And unfortunately, Havertz took the brunt of it from Ortega. Ortega clears up to the halfway line. Alvarez ain't going to win that against Gabriel, but here's Bernardo now on the loose ball. Just overrun it again, just held on the ball for too long. Rice gets back, wins it off him. Bloody hell, what a cross that is from the right-hand side there. Who put that in? Was it White again? City just all over the place. I think it might have been Saka. Whoever it was a good cross. And it went straight through into the 6-yard box there and just somehow ricocheted clear. But City are just a mess. There's Rodri now. Keeps over the top looking for De Bruyne, doesn't reach him. Alvarez is there. No, it's Foden there. Does win it back, gives it to De Bruyne. Gives it in field to Bernardo. Gives it into the centre for Rodri. He's not got Kovacic alongside him anymore, so he's going to have to be a bit more defensive. Here's Palmer. Puts his foot on the ball. Goes back to Walker. So it's Diaz. Rodri. Now Bernardo. Referee gets in the way twice. Bernardo does well to just shepherd the ball to Stones in the end. Here's Walker. He's going to go back to Stones. Odegaard's pressing really nicely there. He's almost forced us back to Ortega. But in the end, we don't go to Ortega and we work it out to De Bruyne on the left-hand side who has space. Here's Foden. Oh, what a ball to... Palmer should have hit it first time. Gets a shot away. Defended. I think it came off Timber's going out for a corner. Palmer should have hit that first time. Yeah, it's Timber that blocked it. Good play by Foden. Picking it up from De Bruyne. Yeah, and Palmer should have hit it first time. Palmer should definitely have hit it first time, but it doesn't matter. It's corner. Which De Bruyne takes quick, takes short to Foden. They'll just put the ball in the box. Here's Walker now. He just put it in the box. Back post. Looking for Diaz. Can't head it down to Stones, and it's going to be another corner to City. Good defending again by Timber. Kept hold of Stones well. It's a corner to City on the left-hand side this time. And De Bruyne and Foden are there again, and it's another short corner. Against De Bruyne to Foden. This time Foden puts it in the box. Doesn't beat the first man. City press. Arsenal clear it. And Walker goes back to Ortega. He's got all the time in the world to give it outright to Palmer. You gotta imagine that it's kind of make or break for Palmer now at this point. Because he's a squad player, like at best. I mean, he only comes on when we've already won the game 4-0. Not like he's coming on to change games. Palmer holds it up, gives it to Walker. Stones. Again, Say just holding on to possession. Trying to grind Arsenal down, who are not coming out of their shape. They're just holding really well. Bernardo gives it to Akanji. We're not seeing much of Akanji in the second half. I thought he was brilliant in the first, getting down that line. He's not been really testing Saka in this one, not been stretching him. Good ball by Rodri to Walker. Walker again delays the cross, has to put his foot on everything. It's like Palmer, man. You have to put the foot on everything before they kick the ball. They can't play it first time. Drives me nuts. Young Blue there with his top off. Go on, lad. And it's a City corner on the right hand side. I mean, patience is a thing, and we are playing patiently. De Bruyne's corner is pretty decent. Doesn't quite make it to Palmer on the edge of the box. See, win it back though, and here's Alvarez, but he's all alone. Got Palmer now with him. Him and Foden have swapped sides. And De Bruyne's gone to the right hand side as well instead of the left. But then City just run out of space down the left, and Arsenal win it back. It's with Gabriel on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Now Arsenal give it away. They're getting sloppy now late in the game. Here's Palmer. De Bruyne. Puts in a decent cross with his left there, looking for the run of Alvarez, who didn't commit quick enough. I mean, it's a good ball in by De Bruyne. It's an unbelievable ball. And it's a great one by Alvarez as well. It just didn't happen quick enough. Alvarez didn't see until it was too late. He didn't see until it was too late. Why then he couldn't make it. Martinelli's been subbed off now. Arsenal making changes. Trossard coming on. Tierney's coming on as well for Timber. I think Timber's had a good debut for Arsenal. I think he's played well. Good player, Tierney. I do like him. Stone's really strong at the back there. First against Havertz and then heading the ball back to Ortega. Oh, what a turn that is by Phil. Love that about Phil. His turns have always been good. Driving forward now, he's gone about 50 yards with it. De Bruyne with a lovely header to Palmer. Cousin Field shoots. Goal! 1-0. What a finish from Palmer. What a finish by Palmer that is. City actually do really well. It's Foden that breaks the line there with his half turn. It's a great finish by Palmer. Such a good goal. Keeper's got no chance. Right into the corner of the net. Just as I was saying, Palmer, man, it's make or break this season for him. He's got to start doing something. He's got to start changing games rather than just coming on to give players a rest for 10 minutes. Well, I mean, I wouldn't put Arsenal out of this one yet. I wouldn't write them off from responding because defensively we've looked a bit of a shambles at times. And it's all the substitutions Pep made that made the difference. Foden picking up the ball in his own half, turning, driving forward with it about 50 yards. Yeah, his pass didn't quite make it to Palmer initially. But De Bruyne's reaction header to give it to Palmer and then his cutting in just hits it. It's a good goal. Rodri hangs onto the ball too long, gets away with it. I think he nutmegged Odegaard in the end there by accident. But hey, here's City now on the counter again, looking dangerous. Because that's what we need to do. We need to stretch Arsenal. Because they're going to push up now. They're going to try and get an equaliser. And there's your chance to hurt them. You learn English. It's good. Me too. But City need to, you know, They need to stretch Arsenal when it comes down the last 10 minutes. Get a second goal. Wrap it up. We don't need to go to penalties. I mean, Palmer did really well there. Getting away from Trossard. Just couldn't get away from Tierney, but that's what I want to see from him. Driving forward with the ball. You know, that's what you want to see from your wingers. You don't want to keep going backwards. You want to go forwards. But they just let Tierney go through him. Rice. His pass is cut out by Rodri. He was looking for Trossard. Now Trossard's on Arsenal playing quite narrow. If you look at Saka, he's in the middle pretty much. With Trossard, with Havertz. Arsenal kind of lost their width a little bit. And that's playing to City's hands. Because centrally, we've only really got Rodri in that midfield now. We've not got Kovacic who's alongside him. Rice is coming off. I mean, they just said that Rice chose Arsenal over City. He didn't. We just didn't bid. We're like, we're not paying that. Here's Palmer's goal again. Here's Akanji now over the halfway line going left to Foden. De Bruyne goes ahead of him. De Bruyne goes back to Akanji instead. Bernardo's made the run, calls for it. Akanji tries to give it him. But the ball is too looping, too high. Bernardo's never going to win that. Both Saliba or Gabriel. Foden made the run, then stopped as De Bruyne played the ball. The pressure's good. The pressure's good. And Bernardo gives the free kick. I knew that was coming. He didn't need to do that either. Arsenal were under a lot of pressure there. Partey had the ball and he had 3 City players around him on the edge of the box. But hey, we gave them a free out. Here's Ramsdale now with the ball. He's telling the Arsenal players to go longer. City pressing high up now. City pressing higher than they have been in the game so far. They're sensing a bit of weakness from Arsenal. Stones overruns it. Blooming it. Diaz and Rodri just about clear that. Is Alvarez now picking up on the loose ball. Oh my word, that should have been the game. Really well played by Alvarez. He's got Gabriel and Saliba on him. He picks up the loose ball here from Saliba, who miscontrols it. I don't know why he miscontrolled it. Then him and Gabriel. Oh, what a ball that is from Alvarez to inside to Foden. But he just couldn't wrap his foot around the ball properly. Oh, and he nutmegs him. But he just comes off his trailing leg there. Ramsdale and goes out for a corner. Against De Bruyne with the corner on the left-hand side. Is he putting this one in the box? Now Rice is in there. There's a good chance. You know, get more. We've got more. They got less height in. Diving header from Rodri there at the near post. Then again, Ramsdale makes a save. Suddenly Arsenal looking a little bit iffy at the back. We should have scored 2. Well, we definitely should have scored 1 there. Foden was really unlucky not to score. Well, City are turning the screw a little bit, and it's the substitutions Pep's made. They haven't made a difference. The Arsenal subs so far haven't done anything. And there's 7 minutes to go. Win the 84th minute. Wild ball out on the left-hand side to Martinelli, but not Martinelli anymore, is it? It's Tierney there. Tierney and Trossard. And his Partey. He wanted to give it to White on the right, but he wasn't looking. Instead, he goes into the middle to Saka. Instead, to play more narrow now. Akanji brings him down. Referee plays on. Havertz gives it left to Tierney. Tierney onto Trossard. Looking for Tierney again. Walker's there to block. The pressure was good. Alvarez got his leg in as well, but the loose ball just falls to Partey, and that's a lovely chip ball over the top for De Bruyne, who's not his first touch. Gets him around Saliba, but Partey defended really well. Six minutes to go, 85th minute. Arsenal haven't managed their box. City kind of pressing, but not really. The front three are pressing, the rest are just happy holding their shape. Now City are retreating to the halfway line, waiting for Ramsdale to go long, which he does. Stones wins the initial header. Roger cleans up to Ortega. Just has to go long here. No messing about. And he does go long. Saliba has a free header. Diaz wins that. And his Foden now. To De Bruyne. Does really well. De Bruyne wins the throw in. Inside the Arsenal half, left hand side. 5 minutes gone. Here's that corner. Look at Roger. Oh! Decent from Roger. He ran across 4 Arsenal players there. That's poor from Arsenal, not defending. Like he's run across 4 Arsenal defenders to hit that. Palmer now full of confidence, turns Tierney, gets brought down. It's going to be an Arsenal throw-in though. Looked like a foul to me. Okay, Arsenal throw-in, midway inside their own half. The long throw, Stones heads out again, this time to the edge of the City box. Again on that left-hand side. This I'm going to be cheeky as well. Ramsdale goes long again. Looking for Havertz. He's definitely a big target man for them, isn't he? They go long to him a lot. And De Bruyne wins another throw-in. And again, he was doing nothing there but winning a throw-in. As he was all alone. City slowing it down. I think Pep has the ball. He does. Arsenal making a sub. It's Gabriel going off. Havertz is off as well. Vieira's on. This is a make or break for Arsenal right now. And it's going to be another City throw. Midway inside the Arsenal half on the right-hand side. Walker's with it. Yeah, Emil Smith-Rowe on. I really like him. He's a good player. And that's who Palmer gives the ball to. Oh, come on. You can't let him dance around 3 of you like that. Long ball forward. Diaz just smashes it clear. Alvarez is fighting 2 of them and he's got the ball somewhere. I don't know how he won that ahead of 2 of them. What's the linesman doing that for? Linesman overreacting, jumping in. Linesman for barging into Palmer like that, like he's about to punch him in the face. He wasted a bit of time anyway. There's 30 more seconds done when the 89th minute. So you just need to hold on for a couple more minutes and we'll avoid penalties. Ramsdale gives it away. De Bruyne just can't get away from Partey. Arsenal panicking a little bit at the back. City not able to take advantage. It's going to be a yellow card for Rodri. No, it's not. He's getting away with it. He just threw him to the ground there. Threw Partey to the ground. Not messing about. He's the wrong side of him. He's like, yeah, sorry. 30 seconds left, the normal time. I imagine 3-4 minutes of injury time. City so far keeping Arsenal inside their own half. It's Tierney with it. Now we're in injury time. And Arsenal just smashed the ball out of play. 8 minutes of injury time? For what? What's that? What's that 8 minutes of injury time come from? Eight minutes of injury time is crazy. Not been any stoppages. It's the Community Shield, not the FA Cup final. It's a friendly game. Get his on now as well. They've definitely gone all out attack, Arsenal. Pace as well. Here's Smith Rowe. Partey. Tierney. Goes back to Partey. City holding the shape nicely on the edge of the box. Forcing Arsenal back to the halfway line. Saka's on the right hand side now. Akanji does well to hold him up. White. Odegaard. Someone's got to go to him. Here's Vieira. Sprays it left to Partey. Running forward with it. Gets the edge of the box. Gives it left to Tierney. Puts the ball into the box. It's a good cross. Goes all the way to the back post to Vieira. Goes in another cross to the back post. Walker did really well defending that, headed that, and then I think he's been headed in the back. I think it was a clash of heads. Oh, yeah. Clash of heads. There's Walker and Partey down inside the City box. Really well defended by Walker, though. There's a chance to see Palmer's goal again. A really good finish by Palmer. Uses the defender as well. Look at that bend. Right into the corner. And City look very happy about that, the players. Come on, no one wants to see penalties. Walker loving every minute. Pep loving that. Pep's like, how are you giving 8 minutes of injury time here? It's a friendly. 8 minutes. That's what Pep's saying to him. He's like, 8 minutes. This is a joke. So there's a bit of blood. Walker's being wrapped up. So there's Party as well. So there's definitely blood on both parts. Walker's jogging off. There's a round of applause from the Arsenal fans. Party as well. Walker changes his shirt, which suggests there's more blood. 97th minute, but I mean, we just had 6 minutes down there, so I expect another 6 minutes of injury time. Long ball by Ortega. Plays really well by Ramsdale under pressure from Alvarez. Nearly got there. A little bit more pace on Alvarez, and he was in. I don't know how long's left now. I have no idea. I imagine about 5 minutes. 4 or 5 minutes. Probably played to about 100 minutes. So City going to get defending to that ball, that ref. I mean, he grabbed the ball. Whatever. But yeah, I imagine City going to have to do about 2 or 3 pieces of defending here to survive. And, you know, to avoid penalties. Good clearance by Walker. On ball into the Arsenal half, which means Ramsdale comes and gets it. Gives it to Gabriel. And, sorry, Saliba. Smith Rowe. Under pressure from Palmer. Goes to White. Arsenal going to a back 3. Back 2, essentially, to be honest. It's turning now. Arsenal still playing around in their own half. Rather patient for a team that's 1-0 down in the 98th minute, but so far it's working for them. They're pushing up the midway inside the City half, out for a throw-in. Tierney has it. He's going to take the Smith Rowe. No one's put pressure on him. So he goes back to Saliba. Gives it left to Odegaard. Goes back to White. He looks left towards Trossard. Walker heads clear. Bernardo had time to bring that down. He was all alone, but instead he's gone for the header, missed it, and Arsenal recycle. Odegaard. Tierney. Good ball in towards Smith Rowe. Stones watched it all the way. Stones kept it in, but unfortunately, keeping it in just means Arsenal have it on the edge of our box. Oh, they've done a couple of flicks there. They've done us twice. Oh my God, they've done us 3 times. Partey's passes to Vieira is pretty poor. They did us 3 times. Partey had a chance to shoot. Instead, he plays a simple ball to the right to Vieira in the inside box, but the ball was overhit. And Diaz chest down to Akanji to clear, and then De Bruyne puts out for a throw in inside the Arsenal half. That's going to be a yellow card for De Bruyne, probably. He just lunged at him there, Saliba. I think he just wanted to bring him down to slow things. But when the 100th minute, now I can only imagine there's a minute or two left. I imagine one more Arsenal attack, maybe two. But here's Arsenal now, just creeping over the halfway line with it on the right-hand side. It's Partey that has it. He gives it to Saliba. Odegaard gives it to Smith Rowe, chips it to right to Vieira, gives it to White, has a chance to cross. Foden close him down. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. 99 minutes, 35 seconds gone. Arsenal corner, right hand side. City just have to clear the lines now. One more time. All they have to do, they just have to clear this, I think, and they win. Don't clear it, and it's going to penalties. It's a good corner as well, near post. Massive header by Roger there to clear it. Goes out to Saka. Trossard thumbs it. It's in. It's an own goal. I just wanted this to be over, and he's gone to bloody penalties. What a joke. Why is there in me 8 minutes of injury time? Can someone explain? It doesn't make sense. What a crap goal. What a crap way to go to penalties. Stupid goal. I mean, Trossard throws Alvarez too easy, and then Akanji just doesn't react. He just lets it hit him, and because he lets it hit him, it just bounces past Ortega. Yeah, it's probably an own goal. And to penalties we go. It's a bloody Sunday afternoon. It's PM. It's to be over. There's going to be a free kick to see on the left-hand side, midway inside the Arsenal half. Come on, ref, just blow. Let's get this over with, eh? I can't believe you've played 10, 11 minutes of injury time. How close was Diaz from that De Bruyne free kick? Come on, ref, just blow. Why are we delaying this? The game goes to penalties. What? This Virgin advert. What? Arsenal made all their attacking changes and we made defensive ones, so I don't know who we got on the pitch to take these. See, players looking good spirits, all having a good laugh. Looks like they're going to be taking it the Arsenal end, is it? He's in front of the Arsenal end. So Odegaard with the first pen. So Odegaard against Ortega. Odegaard scores. Good pen, right in the corner. Sends Odegaard the wrong way. I mean, sends Ortega the wrong way. Good pen. De Bruyne is our first penalty taker. That's an awful pen. It's the bar. Arsenal in front. Just want it to be over. Don't cry, lad. It's Community Shield. The only people who are going to care are the Arsenal fans. So Trossard. Sends I'll take it the wrong way again. 2-0 Arsenal. Bernardo Silva now with the next pen. I mean, we are terrible at pens. We've been terrible at pens for years. I never trust us to win them. Oh, it's a good pen, though. Rolled it into the net. Right along the side netting. Don't save those. What a pen that is. A pen that is. Saka. Missed an important pen against West Ham last season. Bottled that one. I'm taking one step run-ups the Arsenal players. I'll take it goes the wrong way again. That's 3 in a row. It's gone the wrong way. To be fair, I would have gone that way. It's Rodri. We've seen his penalties before. He's not the best at penalties. Looks like he's going to his left. He does. Saved. I just want this over. And it's Vieira. Chance to win it. We are terrible at pens, to be fair. Thank God that's over. Right. Go on, lads. The champions of England. Right. Thanks for watching. As always, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. And yeah, thanks very much. Bye-bye.